Hi again. I've been waiting for parts for quite a few things to fix them, and the first stuff to arrive is the stuff for the Stihl BR420 backpack blower. What my dad managed to seize up, and you can see the piston there. Well, we've got new gasket set, which I don't think I'll use all them anyway. I think I'll only probably use the head gasket out of there. And there we go, the new pot and piston. So that's arrived. I can get that fitted. I just need to find the tools, and then I'll start to get back on. Shouldn't be a very long job. There's a little spring clip in there, so I'll get that out in a minute. Get the piston on, and then start to get back together. Shouldn't take too long. So I've got that clip out. It's fell behind, but I'm sure there's new ones. It definitely didn't go inside, I know that. So there's new ones in here. Well, I think there should be, so let's have a look and see what's in. The lights, I tried my best to make the light a bit better, but quite dark in the shed. So let's see what goodies we've got in here. We have got 2 new piston rings. We have got a new piston pin. 2 new clips, what I wanted, and there's the piston. It has got an arrow on it, so I'll have to just check which way the arrow goes, and then I'll be back with you. I don't know how well you can pick that up. I've cleaned the top of the old piston, and there's an arrow there, so it's the way I thought: carburettor, inboard, out exhaust, and that's that way the arrow is. So the arrow has to go towards the exhaust. So I can get that old piston off now and then get this one on. So what I've done, I've actually put, I don't know how well you can see, but I've actually put the pin in the back, so that'll be at the back, because I won't be able to get in afterwards. So I might as well get me pliers and then get that old pin out. There we go, there's the old pin. I'll put that with the old stuff. There's an old clip there as well. So that means that piston is now off. So let's have a little look at that. You can see where it's all really scored there, and the rings are stuck and everything. So the job now is to get the new rings on the new piston. So let's see what we've got. We've got one clip there. Lost the rings, they're gone somewhere. There we go. I'm not sure, I just think it's probably just the same. I don't think there's any that are different. Go on first, so it's stuck together at the moment, but there we go. So with care, see if we can get it over. Go one would get that bottom one. Let's see where the little locator is there. Yeah, that'd be right. Yes, I've done it. A little bit concerned I was going to break that, but see, that's, I don't know how we can see that, but the little locator's gone in, so now the top ring should be easier, because we just got to go that way around like so. One should be a lot easier because I've only got to just slip it onto the top there. Stronger than they look, but actually you've still got to be very careful because they could break. So there we go, we've got the piston there. I'm just going to switch off. I'm just going to give a little bit of just a clean round there, only cleaning it, so with a bit of, I'll probably just go over a little bit of carb cleaner just to clean off that surface there, and then I'll switch back on. So yeah, I've cleaned that surface off there. We will now get this piston on. I just wanted just to put a little bit of oil in that top bearing, so I've just got to find some. I put a little bit of oil in that the top end bearing. I'm not sure it's really needed, but just as we got it all off, just thought it would just be worth putting a little bit on there. So I've cleaned it all up now. So now we can slip that piston on there like so. The pin's a little bit sticky. Let's just give a little bit of oil on that. Just a tiny bit. I made all the difference actually. Now that is pushed all the way through. So it's all going to plan at the moment. Got the other pin there. This is a bit, I hate doing these pins because I don't, last thing I wanted to do is ping off. They're flying across the shed. So very frustrating trying to get this in. But we'll get there. Nearly there. I think it might have gone in. Let's just check. Turned it around and it's in the groove. Yep. So I've got that in there. A bit just a tissue just to wipe it down there. So now the piston is totally on. We're really getting there now. What I shall do now is I shall wrap this, make sure it's the right way round, which it's that way. I'm pretty sure it's that way. Yep, I'll just double check with the old one. Yep, just comparing them, and that's the exhaust side. You can see it's all carboned up that side, and it's a carb side. I should actually have known because I think there's a guard go on there, and also that hole, and that's not the exhaust shape. But I just wanted to check 100% that I was right. It's better checking now than make a mistake later on. I'll just actually put a little bit of carb spray in there just to see if there's any muck or in there or something. And then what I shall do, I shall put a bit of oil. Now I've just thought of something I've got to do, and it's quite easy to forget. It's to put the head gasket on first. So let's find out where the kit is. I will actually need more gaskets than I thought, because the carb gasket and the exhaust gasket are actually quite stuck on the old one, so I will need them. It's a whole rebuild gasket set, so it's all there. Let's just see. We'll go that way. That's where it'll go. So go over there like so. That's that on there. Bit of oil around a little bit. Just do a little bit more. Oops, spilling it everywhere. It will cause it to smoke when it starts a bit, but that will soon burn off. So it's good to give it a good start. I've got it past the first ring. I think we have conquered it. So what I shall do now, I think I have to cut that cable tie. Get that out of the way. And without pulling it back out again. So get the gasket in place. Everything's looking fairly good there, so everything's sort of in place there. If I hold it, everything seems to be okay. I'll just check everything in order, then I'll come back. So I checked it and everything looks in order. I've put the head bolts in. I've sort of nipped them up a bit. That one's not fully in yet, so I'll get that in. You can see that one going in, but I didn't want to bore you showing them all going, only bolts going in. That exciting. Well, the trusty old Stihl spanner is perfect for this because it's got that end on it, like the Star Torx type end, but if you call it, not sure what size it is, just what comes with a plug spanner on top. So there's probably torque settings for this. Never really bother, I just do it up as tight as I think is right. That's tight. Get to the one at the back. I'll pick you back when I move them. The head bolt's all nice and tight now. Let's have a look. Got nice compression now. I'm going to chuck my finger. Yeah, nice compression on that now. So plug is actually in there. I will try it, but I will then take the cover back off and I will clean up all the carb and everything. But I'll clean it up when it's on, because cleaning up now, it should have done it before I started, but it could have got all it could all get in the carb and the engine, and I don't want that. So but let's have a look. Yeah, there's good compression on that now, which there should be. So we have nearly conquered this one now. I'm gonna fit that next. I'm gonna fit that next. There's two little. God, I lost the spanner as per normal. Yeah, everything's. I think is that steel size, like I said. Anyway, I'll get it back together. You don't need to see this, and I'll show you it when I'm nearly done. I'm moving on with this, but I did have a little bit of a problem actually. I put that bolt in, and it only just it goes through there, then it goes through that tin bit, then it goes through a gasket, and then comes out under there. But it only just goes in a little way, and I tightened a bit too tight, as I tend to do, and I stripped the threads in the first part of the head. But I managed to find another bolt, and now it's gone through probably about 4 or 5 mil more, so that's holding nice and tight now. It's actually better how it is now, so that will do for that. I'm gonna just connect the throttle cable and put the carb back on, and then it's exhaust, and then I'm sort of nearly there with this one then. But you know, if you do one of these, just be careful with tightening it. I did tighten that too tight, but I managed to get away with it. So yeah, I'll get it finished. It's all gone back together reasonably easy now. So I'm on the last stretch really. Just screw these recoil bolts in, and then there's plug. I had to take the plug out to get the guard back on. It was easy to do it that way. And then the air filter cover. I shall just empty it of fuel and pour some new in it, just in case what my dad did put in it was contaminated. And I might just put a drop of oil down the bore as well, just before I put the plug in. Like I said, it will smoke when it starts up, but I prefer it to start off, you know, nice and lubricated in there, until the sort of fuel gets going through with, you know, the 2-stroke oil in it. So yeah, I'll just finish these last 4 bolts, little screw things really, and then get it finished, and might try and fire it up. I'll see. Well, here goes. It is a little bit late, but I'll start off for a few seconds just to check it's all alright. It's got some compression now though. It's fired. There we go, it's running okay. I'll give it a real better run up tomorrow. It's going to stop. But it seems to be working okay, so I'll show you it when I'm doing some blowing with it. I might take tomorrow to work and just do the blowing, the odd bits of blowing I've got to do with it. But I think that's all sorted now. It should be. That was a problem with it, so that's one job. I am just letting the BackPack blower, sort of the piston running a bit. I've done the oil and that, the mix, and I'm just letting it tick over and just run the new piston in. So I've always thought, I think it's the way, you shouldn't over rev and work too hard until they're sort of running a little bit. But I'll give it a little rev. I had to up the tick over a little bit, it was running a little bit too slow, but I think I've sorted that now. I think that's fine. So what I should probably do when I've got a few minutes is take the guard back off and give it all a good clean out around the carburettor and everything, with the airline, you know, put carbs around the airline, just clean it all up, and then this will probably be tucked away for the winter. I don't really use it much, and not the winter, autumn time, leaf clear up time. I've got another couple. Well, there's one job I sometimes use this for, if the grass goes on the drive a lot, but apart from that I usually use the handheld one. But I wanted this fixed, and as you can see, it's up and running again. So I'll leave the video here, give it one more rev. Got slight hesitation when you rev it, but I'm not gonna interfere with the carburettor because it's good enough. So thanks for watching. I'll be along with another video again soon.